Hey guys, it is Greg again. I want to go over Ethereum just because I've changed my position a little bit on Ethereum. And one of the reasons why is Ethereum is actually, based on the correction that's been going on, Ethereum is showing a lot of strength. And what I mean by that is it's not correcting as deep as was to be expected. And I think that there could be a possibility that the low, what was that 2200, there could be a possibility that that was that low point on Ethereum. I'm just saying, listen, possibility. So let's go over the evidence of this structure, because this is the one that's open for debate, and let's see if we make sense out of it, because this is what's proposed. This is a 1, 2, that's a 3, here's a 4, and up for a 5. And then let's come up with some reasonable targets to see if this is going to fit and make sense. So here's a wave 1. I'm on the, let me go out to the daily just to check it, to make sure that this wave makes sense. And we can identify this as an impulse wave. So you got 1, 2, and this is going to be your 3. So on the daily, that fits. You see, there's divergence on the daily. So that's good. This is an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the daily. So that's good. 3-day chart. Let's go to the 3-day chart. And you can see in the RSI, that's 1, 2. So you still have divergence. You see that? So that's more than likely that there's a higher chance that this was an impulse move. So that's good. Let's go to the weekly, check it. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, you have divergence. You have divergence on the weekly. So this is good news. That's an impulse move. That is an impulse move. Impulse moves are the one that makes divergence. So that's good. Good right there. Everything looks good on that move. So on the weekly, now let's check the depth of this. Now this has to be a second wave, and it does look like a second wave just by looking at it. But on the retracement on this second wave on Ethereum is, from the peak, is over 90%. You see that? So that would be a second wave correction. This is not, more than likely, there's a higher probability that this is a 1, 2. Just at the depth of that correction, almost went the whole length. That's what I was explaining to some guys. It's like, hey, wait for the impulse off the bottom and then get in on the second wave. You see your 5 wave. So on Ethereum, you see entering here is the risky move. Okay, you could win at that move and ride that up, but look at the second wave. So it's better, hey, watch that go up, and it did make a serious move, $90 to 361. And you're like, oh my God, I missed it. Well, look here, 80 back down to the same spot. So that's what I was saying on some of the other videos that I said, you know, when you go into a second wave, this is a great example how you could do that. Now, picking it up on the wick obviously is going to be difficult. More than likely, you'll be in these other areas, but this is a safer move, okay, in cryptocurrencies. And with cryptocurrencies, you want to be on the safe side. As you can tell, these things like to really dip. So we're good here. We're good here with the 1, 2. We're good. We're good with the 1, 2. So now this is a third wave. Let's check that fib level, see if it makes sense. There's the whole length of wave 1. There's a length of wave 2. Look at that. 2.618. Perfect move for a third wave. Extended a little bit. Okay. Normally you look for these areas, come up 2.618. And if, believe it or not, on cryptocurrencies, they can hit these levels. Some cryptos will hit these levels. So look at that. Ethereum at 18,000. So now we know this is third wave. So what do we have going on in here? Let's compare this wave to that wave, because this wave has to make sense with this wave. Even though some people disagree with what I'm saying, that you can have short fourth waves. So in cryptos, you'll see them on smaller assets where the 2's like that, and it goes up for a 3, and it has a short like 4 because they're so bullish. That can happen where you have a short time fourth wave correction. You see that in smaller cryptocurrencies, I've seen them, you know, because I was like, okay, well, the fourth wave wasn't as big enough, but they did this small length of time, not very deep fourth wave. So that can happen with cryptocurrencies, contrary to the belief, but more than likely on a move of this size, you know, in this length of time, you want the second wave to make sense with the fourth wave. So let's break that down, make sure that this all makes sense. So the time for this wave here, wave one, to end the correction. No, excuse me, I'm doing that wrong. From the end of wave one, right here, to the end of wave two is 245 days, more or less. Let's take a look at this one. Here's the end of wave three. Now, where are we at right now? 350 days. So this, this correction makes sense with this correction, okay? Because the time, the fourth wave is going to be longer and not as deep. So between these two, this one will be shorter and deeper. And if the second wave is shorter and deeper, the fourth wave will be longer, a little bit, not real long, longer and not as deep. I hope that makes sense to you guys. So far so good with Ethereum. So now you can say that you have your count. Your higher probability count is like this, 3 and then a 4 and up for a 5. I'm going to take that off just to keep the chart clean for now. So we have 1, 2, 3, and then it's in a fourth. So what's going on in here? Let's go back out to the daily and check it out. Okay. So here's your end of the third wave. It came down, made a correction. Now I have this triangle on here. And I didn't come up with this idea. Talking to this guy, Boss Wizard Crypto, he said he thinks it's doing a triangle. And I think now that I'm looking at it, there's a high probability. I was like, I don't know. But I told him, I said, if this triangle works out, I'm calling you L8 Wave Man of the Year. So there's a good probability that a triangle is being made. As you can see, A up for the B. So here's your 3 wave, your move here on your A, up for the B, made the C, and already made the D, and now it's coming down to the E. And the E's not coming down here, guys. I just have it right there. The E actually would be like that. So let me go into the 4-hour chart, and I'll show you guys. Well, let me go back to the daily. I'll show you guys visibility. Put that on the hour right here, like this. Okay. So back in there. So the triangle. The C wave is right here on the triangle, okay? And the D wave is right there, okay? And the E is going to be above that. So the E could stop right there or come down right here in that area, okay? So there's a high probability that could be happening. So that's one thing, and that would end the fourth wave. And then ETH is getting out of here. So I'm going to take the triangle off for now. Okay. Let you guys know. So what's the count on this, this portion of the wave so far of what we have over here? This is an ABC. It made an aggressive ABC, extended C, just like that. Cryptocurrencies can do that. They can make these long C waves. They happen all the time, down for a little A, up for a B, boom, and just dump. So that's good. That was maybe most of the correction. But the question is right here, is that the low? I think that there is a high probability on Ethereum that was the low. I don't think we're going to see $1,800, $1,900 Ethereum. I don't. Just because of the move in here that's going on. So let me go back to that. So what's the move if this is going to be either a D and it's coming down for E? What are the moves in here that it's doing? Well, in my opinion, it's making WXY waves or 3-wave, complicated, very nasty and ugly moves. Look, I mean, just look at the chart right now. You look at the chart. Does that look impulsive? No. It looks highly corrective. and just, you know, there's hard to predict the directions and 3-wave-ish. So I went over it before on Bitcoin and Ethereum. This I think is a one, you know, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then a possible like 1, 2, 3 move right here, and this would be a Y, and then up for another 3-wave move. And then I just have a proposed area of this trend hitting right here. You're not going to know where this trend is going to be on a triangle, and then wherever it ends, that could be the end of Ethereum. Okay, so right now with Ethereum, with these 3-wave moves, just based on what I'm seeing it doing, I think there's possibly could be a little bit more upside like that. And then this whole, that's a Y, this W, this right here, this 3-wave move, W, up for this X. So that could be the X, 1, 2, 3, or this is 1, 2, 3. Don't know yet. Up for that X. And then there's a possibility, because of the strength of Ethereum, a Y like that, and it'll swing back down in this, like this, something like that, okay? And then this area, general area, is the target, at least for me, this area. Okay, for right now, that's a general target area for Ethereum. 2,500, maybe 26, something like that. Or it could be, you know, cryptocurrencies like to respect these trends. It could be up in that area too, 26, something like that. Now, it could come down for a low and then go into more of a corrective move up like this and then back down. Just don't know yet. So it could do that and just go up and then back down, or even up higher and then back down. Then that would just ruin the whole triangle idea. But this is kind of the area that I'm looking for Ethereum, this 25 to 2,600 area right now. And we go over the whole big picture again on Ethereum. You see my box where it could be a move like this. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then if you take that out to the 3-day and look at that impulse move. You see that? Look how beautiful that looks right there. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Not to say it'll be like that, but that's how they're supposed to have a nice. They're actually supposed to have a very nice look at a large time frame on the waves. So, and if that is the end of it, what kind of move could we expect on something like that? Length of wave 1. It's usually about the same length. And you see that? 9,000 to 12,000 Ethereum. Based off of that. Okay. Off of fibs. Let me go to the 3rd wave. It's that area. You see my box. You can barely see it. If that ended right there at my box, it would certainly be 11,000 and a potential 18,000. So it can do a serious move right there. Let's take, you know, like something on the log scale. But I would say that 3A2, that area, it would be able to. I would think that if it ended right there and that's it, and this is a 5 wave, I would say 11,000. I would say 11,000 would be, if this works out like that, and that's the end of it right there in that area, about 2,600 for Ethereum, that would be it. That would be it. That would be the area I'd be looking for on Ethereum. All right, guys, I hope this all makes a little bit of sense to you. I'm a little bit more bullish on Ethereum now, just because of it's not going that deep on its correction right now. It's slowing down. Seems like to me it's trying to find some sort of bottom. This is all going to depend on other financial markets. If the dollar keeps going up, it could correct even lower. But off of my suspicion, there's a possibility that dollar could be trending up for the next month or two. And then I think there's going to be relief. It's going to come back down. And just looking at some of the other markets too, I think with some of the Qs and the Dows, they're going to dip down a little bit more, just like Ethereum's going to dip down a little bit more. In the same way, because Ethereum has strength being the second biggest cryptocurrency, it's not going to dip quite as much anymore just because of how it's trending down in these WXY waves. It's going to be a slow grind down and eventually make it down to that area, just like the other markets where they're getting a little bit of rally and then they're going to be swinging back down too. Just timing in with that, and just same thing with Bitcoin. I actually think Bitcoin is going to be dipping percentage-wise more than Ethereum is. Okay. Thanks for watching. Peace.